Hey everybody, it's Brian here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. So in today's episode, I'm going to walk you through the process of uploading and placing a design on Teepublic. So if you're a beginner or somebody who's looking to sort of refine and maybe get a few tips on how to go about this, this is definitely the episode you want to stick around and watch. Stay tuned. Now, before we move on with today's episode, if you're new to this channel, I want to welcome you. Thanks for taking your time out of your busy day to watch this episode. I certainly hope that it will provide you with a lot of great tips and a lot of great value, but please do consider clicking on the subscription button and don't forget to hit the bell notification icon so that you'll be informed each and every time that I upload a new video. I'm really working hard to reach the first 1,000 subscribers for my channel, and with your help, I know I can get there sooner than later. I upload episodes every Wednesday and Saturday with one intention, and that's to provide you with great tips, actionable advice, and a lot of motivation to take your print-on-demand business to the next level. So with that said, let's hop on over to my computer screen so that we can get on with today's episode. Okay, so welcome to my computer. As you can see here, I've got my Teepublic page open. So basically, just a little bit of a brief history, very brief. Teepublic was created in 2013. And it was bought by Redbubble in 2018 for $41 million. That was an all-cash sale. They're both print-on-demand websites that allow you to sell your designs for free, but they do differ from each other. So basically, Teepublic has a fixed pricing system, so you cannot choose your own margins. In one respect, this is a good thing, as it keeps all artists on an even level playing field in terms of pricing. So basically, you earn $4 if someone buys your design on a t-shirt, and $8 if someone buys it on a hoodie. These amounts are cut in half if the design is purchased during a sale. Upon uploading a design, it goes on sale for 72 hours and then it bumps up to the regular price thereafter. You know, in my opinion, Teepublic is one of the easiest print-on-demand websites to upload to. So basically, if you're a beginner, you definitely want to consider giving Teepublic a quick view, and perhaps maybe you might consider this as your first print-on-demand website that you might want to obviously consider selling on. It doesn't take quite as long to upload and place your designs as on some other print-on-demand websites. So it's much faster in terms of upload speed and placement of design. So let's go through a simulated uploading process so that you can actually see what it is that I'm talking about. Okay, so here I am on the upload a design page, and basically you've got one of two options here. You can either just upload a single file over here. Say for example, you work really hard on a particular design and you just want to upload that design. Absolutely okay, you can choose this particular option. Or if you have a bunch of files that you want to upload and then obviously modify accordingly, you can use the multi-file uploader. So for today's purposes, we're going to use the single file upload. So I'm just going to click on that. So for those of you who have been following me as of late, you know that it now is the time to begin creating designs for the holidays that occur in the fourth quarter. And one of those events is in fact Halloween. And I have my Halloween design that I've been using just to save time and obviously show the versatility of the various platforms that we're going to be using this particular design on. So I'm going to choose the pumpkin t-shirt design, which is basically a PNG file with a transparent background. I'm going to click on open, and obviously we wait for the program to upload. Now, as it's finishing that up, so when you are creating a design for Teepublic, you want to make sure that your design parameters fall within 5,000 pixels by 5,500 pixels. Clearly, this is the design parameters that Teepublic suggests for your design to appear on as many of the products that they have on offer. Okay, now that we have our design up and running over here, what we want to do is we want to ensure that we create a design title, a main tag, a description, and some supporting tags. Now, unlike other print-on-demand websites, Teepublic puts a lot of weight on the design title, on the main tag, and even on the description. Okay, so it is very important that you think wisely about your title, your main tag, and the description that you're going to include for your design. Now guys, I want to make a strong suggestion here that you don't skip on the description aspect. It's not the first time that I'll be browsing through Teepublic and Redbubble and even in fact some other print-on-demand websites, and I see designs being uploaded without a description. You guys are cutting yourself short because description is super important in helping getting your design found, particularly on the website itself and through Google. So don't cut yourself short. Give your design every fighting chance possible to be seen. So create a description that is rich in keywords that obviously make sense so that your designs will be found. Now, one of the things that I like about Teepublic is that it also offers a suggestive keyword tag. So for example, if I type in Halloween pumpkin, Teepublic is going to give me a list of suggested main tags that I could actually consider, and it actually might provide a tag that wouldn't have even have come to mind. So this is a great resource to take note of, and it just takes a few seconds to go through the list that they offer, and if there's something which is better than what you've just typed, simply just go ahead and click on it, and boom, you have a new main tag in place. Now, once you have selected a main tag and you click in supporting tags, okay, Teepublic also wants to help you out here too as well, and it actually provides you with a list of potential supporting tags that you might want to consider. And it's simply just a question of clicking on them one after each other if they're relevant, and if there's something that you don't like, you can just always key in something manually. But let's say for example I like this one, Halloween pumpkin face, and then it gives me another one, Halloween pumpkin pea, funny. Don't know what that is about, so I'm going to skip on that one. This could be a Halloween costume gift, so we're going to click on that. Halloween for girls, Halloween shirt. And Teepublic allows you to put up to 15 supporting tags to support, obviously, your main tag. So in effect, you're going to have 16 different tags to help your design be found. And once you reach the 15 over here, you won't be allowed to actually insert any more. Now, what you could do too as well is you could open up another Teepublic page, and in the search area, you could type in Halloween pumpkin, and basically see what your competition is actually putting up. Now, by default, whenever you search something on Teepublic, it's always going to show you what the most popular designs are. You could actually go through the designs which are popular, or you might want to choose newest and see what's come up recently, just in case there are any trending keywords that maybe you didn't consider or maybe weren't considered in the popular. But let's say, for example, we want to take a look at this one here. So if I'm going to click on it, and as you can see here, we've got an interesting description. So you could effectively go through a bunch of designs, see what kind of descriptions other sellers are using, and then don't copy them, but use them to influence your own description. Sometimes we draw a blank, and when that happens, don't get frustrated. Simply use Teepublic's tools to help you. And all you need to do is just search other designs, as I've done here, and then obviously maybe you might want to copy these and paste them into a Word document or a Notepad document, and then just see what other descriptions were being utilized, and then extrapolate, modify, adapt for your own t-shirt design. Now, in terms of the tags, Teepublic, very similar to Redbubble, puts their suggested tags at the bottom. So in the first section here, you've got the designer's apply tags, which effectively is the tags that the seller uploaded the original design with. But Teepublic also wants to help you by providing you with other potential tags that customers search for that maybe perhaps you could consider using in your own design to help your design become seen by more people. So you might want to take a look at this. So we got Halloween pumpkin masks, Halloween pumpkin merch, and we got newest t-shirts. So you could actually key those in. So let's say I want to use this one, Halloween pumpkin merch. I'm just going to copy that. I'm going to go back to my original upload, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to paste it. So we got Halloween pumpkin merch, and if I put a comma next to it, I can continue putting up more tags that I want to do manually, or I can continue using the tags that Teepublic obviously has on offer. Okay, before continuing on the process, it's very important to make sure that you toggle whether or not your design contains mature content or not, because in failing to do so, when you get down to the bottom of the page to click the upload process, it won't allow you to, and it'll just bring you right back up here, and basically it's a time killer. So this doesn't have mature content. We're going to click on no. And now we're going to move on to the design placement and color selection and all of the good stuff that Teepublic has to offer. Okay, so by default, you're going to have a white t-shirt over here, all right? And what you can do is you can just basically eyeball and play around with your design, making sure that it remains within the print margin area. And if it's too large, you can scale it down by taking grab of the slider here and obviously bringing it up and down accordingly to whatever tickles your fancy. And then you've got your tools to obviously center vertically and horizontally. Now, after you're happy with where the design is placed, then you can go ahead and you can select your default color. So you've got all of these colors here that you can select from. You just want to go and hover your mouse over the different colors. You can actually see how the shirt would look on various colors here. And in fact, I think I'm going to change my mind and I'm going to choose, actually looks pretty good on brown. So I'm going to choose brown as my default color. And then you can go ahead and do the same thing for all of the other items. There aren't too many apparel items, so it doesn't take long. So if you just want to choose black for that, all right, all of the other ones turned out black. The one apparel item that you do need to double check on is the baseball tee. So you want to select the default color. So as you can see here, the default setting is with white sleeves and obviously a black chest and abdomen area. If you wanted to change that, well, obviously you just need to mouse over the different types of color selections. And let's say we want to choose black sleeves with a white chest area. Okay, so once we're happy with that, we can continue on. Now, if there is a design that you feel that might not be applicable for kids apparel, well, all you need to do is just toggle them off as you see me doing over here, and they won't appear in the marketplace. But obviously this design can be worn by children, so we're going to leave those on. And then now we're going to go down to the product colors. Now, Teepublic offers you 54 different color options, which when one thinks about it, you might think, wow, fantastic. We're really giving a lot of color selection to our customers. But I want to caution you over here. First and foremost, not every color background is going to look good against every design. And secondly, you have to keep in mind the client, or rather the customer's psychology. When they visit your shop, more often than not, and this has been proven before, and I've actually had experience with this, so I know what I'm telling you is based on experience here, that when I gave a design a lot of colors that a customer could choose from, more often than not, the design hardly sold. But when I limited my color options to 10 in this particular case, they did a lot better. Why? Well, think about it. Put yourself in the shoes of a customer. If you are looking at a design on a shirt and it looks good on one, it looks good on another, then on another and another, etc., etc. If it looks good on, let's say 10, 15, even 20 different colors, and it is possible, it might become so overwhelming to the customer that they might think, you know what, it's really not worth it. I can't decide. I'm just not even going to bother buying this design, and I'm going to go and try and find something else. Okay, and you would have lost yourself the possibility of making a sale. So instead, what I would strongly suggest that you do, okay, from experience, is to cut down the amount of colors that you offer for your particular design. And in this particular case, I would not recommend more than 10. Now, what you can do, Teepublic here obviously offers you the ability to obviously select whether their design is going to appear on light color shirts. So as you can see here, all the dark colors have toggled off. Or you can choose the dark colors. And now all of the light colors have been toggled off. Okay, so I think that in this particular case, this design has a potential of looking good both on dark backgrounds and on some light backgrounds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to toggle the none. It's going to turn everything off, and I'm going to manually select 10 colors that I want this design to appear on. Now, when you're new to the Teepublic business model, it might take a little bit of time until you actually get into the selection of what colors work best and what not. Don't fret, don't worry, it's not going to be a huge time killer. At the beginning, until you get used to the idea of how the colors are going to work against your design, it might take a bit of time. But as you gain experience in this, as you start working at it, you'll start going through this a lot faster. And you might find yourself in a situation where if you're going to go with a dark background, okay, you're just going to toggle off some of the dark ones to get a minimum of 10, and the same holds true with light. Okay, so I'm just going to click on none, and what I'm going to do is typically gray looks good. I'm going to choose one of the reds, and in this particular case I'm going to choose sort of like this maroon. So now I've got up to 2. Alright, I'm not going to go with pink, although traditionally I do choose the hot pink as a color, but because the orange in my opinion doesn't look that great, so I'm going to skip on it. Let's go with a nice olive gray. Okay, and again, when you're choosing colors, just choose one of the tone. Don't give them more than one option, because you do that, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot. Okay, let's go with a navy blue. We can go with a purple, so we got 2, 4, 5. I might choose a heather gray, and then a vintage black. And I think in this particular case, I'll go with a navy heather. And then in terms of the light colors, I'll choose a light yellow. I'll choose this mint color. Okay, so that gives me 2. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've given them 10 selections, and for that, I'm really happy with that, and I'm going to continue moving on. Now, in terms of the other products, as you can see here, because of the fact that I chose dark brown as my default color, all my products are appearing with dark brown, and that's absolutely okay. That's not a problem. But Teepublic also offers the opportunity of choosing different colored backgrounds for the other types of products that they have on offer. So let's go through them quickly. As you can see here, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 products that we can go through. There's no need to worry about the apparel because we've already done it above. Let's click on stickers here. Now, in terms of stickers, the sticker layout, they give you 3 different types of options. You've got your die cut design only, which really doesn't look that great. You've got your die cut design and background color, okay? And or you can choose rectangle. Now, me personally, I tend to like a nice straight border around my sticker, so I tend to go and choose the rectangle option. But hey, if you want to choose a die cut design and background color, you can as well. It's totally up to you. But in either case, you can see here that you've got your color picker tool here. So if I click on it, well, basically, you can drag your color picker to whatever color you would like to have the background appear as. And once you click outside, it's obviously going to choose it. Obviously, orange is not going to be the best color. What you can also do is you can choose your eyedropper, in which case then you can just navigate over your design onto a color and click on it, and then it shows you what it's going to look like. And when you're happy, you can just apply the color to either all of the products or just to the sticker. In this particular case, I'm going to choose stickers only. If you are designing and you have particular brand colors in mind and you want to keep consistent with that, this is where you want to actually include the hex code for the color, and then you can actually go ahead and apply it to all of your products, thus saving you a lot of time. If you have more than one brand color, well, you might want to consider putting one color with some products and then one of your other brand colors with others. So you have this flexibility to be able to be creative with the backgrounds of your designs to give your clients a little bit more selection, a little bit more choice with respect to the products outside of the apparel category. So I'm just going to click this with the stickers only, and we'll obviously have that open up here, and I'm going to choose rectangle as my obviously sticker layout of choice. And you can also choose the aspect ratio too as well. Okay, so you've got quite a bit of choice selection that Teepublic gives and has offered. And obviously you have your alignment tools here for horizontal and vertical. Now, if we go on to cases, in the cases category, we have your mobile phone cases and we have your zipper pouches. Okay, so again, you can choose the color if you want to. I'm going to leave it like this, but I'm going to change the background color of the pouch here. So we're going to click on this, and let's say, for example, my other color is on blue. So again, I'm just choosing background colors at random, just for obviously for the sake of speeding up this video. Okay, once I'm happy with it, I can obviously adjust the scale of it, and then make sure that you center it horizontally and vertical as well. Another thing that you can do with some of the products is you can actually rotate the design too as well. So if you wanted to have your design rotate it in this manner and centered, you could as well. But I'm going to make sure that we're centered in this way and the design is rotated upwards. And then when I'm moving to mugs, I just click on this. Now with respect to mugs, Teepublic only allows you to have a design on one side of the mug because it doesn't give you the option like Redbubble to upload another design. So the template that I had created for those of you who have been following my channel where you could have the design on both sides of the mug sadly doesn't work here. So if anybody at Teepublic is hearing or watching this video, this would be great if you give sellers the opportunity to do so as well. But in this particular case, you can either choose to have your design appear on the left side or on the right side. So I tend to choose the right side even though I'm left-handed, because traditionally I found that when the design is on the right side of the mug, it tends to sell better than on the left. Don't ask me why, I guess people prefer it on that side. Okay, now in terms of the travel mug, I'm just going to decrease the size of it a little bit and make sure that it's centered, and then I can just click on the next one. Now we're on the wall art, and here I can choose the orientation, be it portrait or landscape, and I can also choose the aspect ratio. Okay, and again I can select the color designs in the background. So if I want to go back to that particular type of brownish red, I can do so like that, making sure that it's centered, and then I just click onto the next one. And now we find ourselves in the hardcover books and the notebooks too as well, and I'm quite happy with the way that they appear. Again, if you wanted to, you could just reduce the scale and make sure that they're centered horizontally. Now in terms of the pillows, okay, again, it's centered nicely horizontally and vertically. I'm just going to leave that as is and move on. The tote bags, okay, looks really good. Again, very similar with all of the other products. You can change the colors in the background. Always make sure that your design is centered. Your tapestries, okay, you can just increase the size of them, and you can change the orientation from portrait, as you can see here, to landscape. So in this particular case, I'm going to choose portrait. And I'm going to shrink them down just a little bit and make sure that they're centered accordingly. Okay, and then I'm going to move on to pins. Now again, pins, I'm going to change the color. Let's use the color picker here, and I want to navigate around. No, that's a bit too bright. So let's go with sort of like this greenish color too as well. Apply to pins only, and we're moving on. Now, magnets, very similar to stickers, you have the option of either a die cut design in background color, rectangle, or if you want, you can actually choose a circle. So I'm going to keep it as a circle. I tend to like it like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to darken the background a little bit, and let's go with the color here in the stem. I think that looks great like that. Apply to pins and magnets only. Okay. And then we've got the masks. And now with respect to masks, you need to really pay attention to this area over here. The black line indicates the parameters for the adult basic mask. Obviously, the pink dots is for the youth, and the solid blue line is for child 3 to 7 years of age. So you want to make sure that your design fits within the print areas of all three, so that obviously it will be available for all three categories of masks. If it's too large or if it goes out, then you're risking yourself from losing a potential sale. Okay, and again, you just want to scale accordingly and center accordingly, and you're good to go. Now, once you've gone through all of them, all you need to do is make sure that you toggle on I have read and agreed to the terms and conditions, and then just click publish accordingly, and you are good to go. So there you have it, everybody. As you can see, it's not difficult at all to use Teepublic. It's relatively easy, and it doesn't take long to upload a design and place it accordingly on all of the products that Teepublic has to offer. If there are some pointers that I would like to share with you, is that before you make your design go live to the public, you make sure that your title, your main tag, your description, and your supporting tags are the best that they can possibly be. That way you're not finding yourself wasting time going back in to refine them. I mean, you can refine them from time to time if you want to, but when you're uploading your design for the first time, give some serious thought to make sure that they're the best that they can possibly be. Then if you want to tweak down the road because maybe you would have thought of another keyword or whatnot, that's absolutely fine. But don't upload something, make it go live, and then think a few minutes later, oh, you know, I should have used this one, or I should have done that one. Because effectively, you're going to be wasting a lot of time that you could be using to create other designs to upload. Also, there have been occasions where some sellers who are relatively new to Teepublic have uploaded a design, and then that design is not found in the Teepublic search. If that has happened to you, or if it does happen to you, don't panic, there is a fix around this. Basically, and according to Teepublic, it's very important that in order for your designs to be found, you need to ensure that your storefront has a profile image, a shop banner, that your bio is completely filled in properly, and that you've also included some social media links to your bio. In addition, you need to ensure that you have at least a minimum of 20 designs uploaded to your storefront. Basically, they're doing this to keep sort of a quality control to make sure that people aren't just coming up, throwing on 2 or 3 designs and moving on. They want to make sure that people who are on the platform are dedicated sellers and who are there to make sure that they give a professional service, not only through Teepublic, but to the customers who visit their storefront too as well. Then, and only then, if your designs are still not being seen in search, then all you need to do is contact the customer support of Teepublic. I'll put the email in the link below, and then you just get in touch with them and they will sort it out. So I hope that you found this video of value and that it will help you get started with your Teepublic journey so that you'll obviously reach greater heights with your stores, particularly now as we're approaching the 4th quarter, the end of 2021. And obviously, I wish you every success in the 4th quarter and obviously in the forthcoming year, 2022. But for today, that's all I've got. And as always, be safe, be well, be creative. Bye for now.